All right, everyone. Every year, Maine has a huge lobster cook-off. They cook tens of thousands of them, actually. And they get steamed, which means that they are boiled alive, effectively. PETA has a big problem with this. Link in the description, archived, of course. And they're actually suing and trying to apply personhood to lobsters, actually. Which is really funny considering that one event was about half a decade ago or a little bit more than that when PETA decided to liberate a bunch of lobsters by dumping them in the Missouri River, dooming them effectively because the water is not salty enough for lobsters to survive in it. They've done similar things before, like that time that they cut the wires on the mink farm, let several hundred thousand mink go free, and virtually all of them got predated upon fairly quickly. It's probably a reason for this. Uh, PETA always does stupid shit like this, like attaching themselves to whaling boats, not realizing, hey, whales are actually edible. It's funny because they don't seem to have an organized message. It's about ethical treatment of animals, supposedly. On paper, that's what PETA is for. But are you claiming that there should be no meat consumption? Or are you simply claiming that ethical euthanasia should be applied? In the latter case, I notice that PETA targets farms on a regular basis. You already have an attempt to make everything ethical. You have like bolt guns and stuff like that for cows and cows mainly, and for other larger stock animals, pigs and so forth, in order to just kill them instantly. I notice that PETA does not go to Middle Eastern countries where they practice halal butchery, where they slit the animal's throat and let it insanguinate, except especially. I notice that they do not protest kosher killing methods. I notice that none of these things seem to bother them. They're only bothered by Western practices, the ones that are arguably the most humane. Now, I will say, I do side with people who believe in animal rights on a number of issues. For example, I do not believe in factory farming. I think that farming should be completely free range. It's okay to eat meat. I have no problem that the animal would die in the wild anyway, and it'd probably suffer a lot more if a lion rips its head off or something like that. So I do believe in eliminating the modern notion of factory farming. If I have to pay a marginally higher price for meat, well, then I'll just ask Joe Biden, to be back in office or something like that. So it doesn't really bother me that much. And the same thing is true with the production of eggs. Many chickens, they never end up becoming chicken meat. They're laying eggs for their life. This should be also managed in a more humane manner. If I had chickens, for example, they would have free range. They would have a big fenced-in area where they can eat bugs and seeds and do chicken things and so forth. If I had a goat, it would have a massive ass enclosure and I would make faces at it all day because I would get the most retarded goat that I could possibly find. It would be the brain damaged one, and that would be my pet goat. That being said, this does not scale to larger scale farming in every instance. PETA, though, does a lot more harm than it does help to the animals that it professes to actually want to, be treated ethically. When you let go of the minks, when you pile the lobsters into the fucking river and stuff like that, you're causing death. You're not causing life. You're not causing the cessation of suffering or anything like that. You're killing them, really. They also, I believe that they're involved with euthanasia programs anyway, if I remember correctly. I think I saw a report on that actually several years ago where PETA was actually euthanizing a lot of the animals that it supposedly liberated. It's like, well, a veterinarian can do that. You don't need to get involved. There's, if the animal's dying or something like that, why did you steal it? They've stolen animals from people like in broad daylight. There was that other incident. This was about 5 years ago, I think, in which this homeless dude had a pet dog, and people from PETA just came up and grabbed the goddamn dog. And nothing was done about this, by the way. And the dog, I believe, was euthanized in the end. This is a sick criminal organization that is now suing the state of Maine because people are eating lobsters the wrong way. Now, what would you have them do? Do they have to behead the lobster and then they can put it in the pot? I mean, I guess, if you really want them to do that, that would be fine. But some of us like to eat the head of the particular animal that we're eating. Myself, I am not a lobster fan. I have tried lobster 3 goddamn times. I've had it at, low chain restaurant, Red Lobster, back when it was actually pretty good, honestly. Not these days. I had it at a very fancy restaurant at one point, and then I've had it Asian style. I had it at the Kong Chow, and their food universally was very good. I have never liked lobster. I'm more of a crawdad person. Crayfish, crawfish, crawdads, prawns, however you want to label them. Those are delicious. And yes, I will eat the heads, by the way, because that's the best part of the goddamn crawdad. But lobster, yeah, I'm sort of take it or leave it. I might try it one more time at some point. Hopefully it's cooked properly. I'm more of a scallop person myself. But PETA, I'm probably going to try to get personhood for scallops too. Even though, do they even have brains? I'm not 100% sure, honestly. It must be some neural activity in order for them to actually exist, but yeah, they want you to eat the bugs because the bugs, those don't have feelings, right? It's like that old Nirvana song there. It's like it's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings. It's an old mythology, by the way, they actually do. Uh, that was sort of the pescatarian pitch, I suppose you could call it. These days, it's more like, hey, you're cooking your lobsters wrong. It's a weird organization, and it has been since its inception, by the way. Pouring dye onto the deck of the whaling vessel may spoil the meat, but the whale is still dead, now isn't it? Well, yeah, you marginally improved nature according to your own assumptions. That's about all. Peace out.